Okay, let's talk about FX now. Now, I brought my MT4 platform up. I think I introduced this to you in the last webinar, and basically the purpose of this is to have a market scan. For those of you who weren't around, right, I'm using MT4 right now to do market scans so that because I'm a very lazy person, I do like to click through different charts one at a time to plan my trade. So I just want to have an overview of what's happening, and then from there I cherry pick the best trends to trade. So if you have MT4, right, you can just sign up for a live MT4 account on IG. I mean, if you prefer trading on the IG platform, go ahead, but you can just use the MT4 platform for analysis purposes. So what I've done is that I've added a few profiles, like you see crosses, indices, yen, USD. So for example, if I have yen profile, right, what it does is I have all my daily charts of most of the yen pairs. Okay, so from a quick scan, I know which is the strongest and weakest already. Okay, so if you look at all the yen pairs, one glance and you know that Aussie yen is strong, Kiwi yen is strong, Sing yen is strong, CAD yen is strong. Okay, the weak ones will be Swiss yen, pound yen, euro yen, things like that. So it gives you an overview, and it basically helps you to trade the easiest, the most, the trend, the highest momentum. Yep, you can use Pro View Time as well. Depends on what's your preference. But I like MT4 because it's very quick in terms of loading all the charts. Okay, Pro View Time uses Java, so loading the charts a bit slower. So I just like to have a quick scan, and then from there, once I know which chart I want to trade, I use Pro View Time to zoom in and plan my trades. Okay, so what I wanted to show you for FX is the cross currencies. I mean, look at the cross currencies chart. I got Euro, Aussie, Pound, Aussie, Aussie CAD, Euro CAD, Pound CAD, Euro Kiwi, Pound Kiwi, and Aussie Kiwi. Okay. Now let me just shift this a bit. Sorry, put the CADs together. For those of you who have not traded cross currencies, give it a go. Yeah. I mean, it moves really fast. That's what I like because if you're correct, all right, 100 pips a day easily, especially if you're following the trend. Okay, but if you're wrong, also it can be quite detrimental. So just be a bit careful. But I like cross currencies because it moves really fast. Okay, so a quick glance at all the different cross currency pairs I have on my MT4. Which one do you think is the most bearish? What do you guys think? Which one do you think is the most bearish? Oh, this 8 pairs. Yep, pound CAD, exactly. Yep, the most bearish I would say pound CAD, Euro Aussie, pound Aussie, Euro CAD as well. All right, so I'm keeping a keen eye on pound CAD, Euro Aussie, and pound Aussie to see whether I can squeeze any trades in. Okay. For those of you, okay, let me just see. Okay, if you look at pound Aussie, for example, right, look at that. Look at how nicely bearish trending this market is. Okay. Same thing for Euro Aussie. Look at that. Beautiful, isn't it? Right? Now, in between, it's been dropping for a few weeks. Right now, it wants to make some kind of retracement. So let me just go to one of it for example, yeah? So let's go to pound Aussie. Hold on. Okay? So if you look at pound Aussie, you can see how bearish the weekly chart is. Look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4 consecutive week of bearish candles. Okay, the only thing that I'm not really liking for shorting opportunities right now is that we are at support level at the 1900 level. Okay, so I'm going to be very patient with this pair, and I want it to retrace slightly higher, maybe at the 19250 level first. In fact, we did go there. Let me see whether it went there today or not. I think some of you saw the trade idea setup that my marketing team sent out this afternoon. I'm sorry for the typo. Yeah, I think the email that went out put Euro Aussie, is actually pound Aussie. Okay. So this was the level I was looking at, around the 19250. 192. Oh, it went to 19240. 10 pips short. Okay. But the trade plan was a short-term trade plan for it to react off this level here. And the target was simply back to the previous support around here. About 100 pip trade. That was a trade plan. All right. I think the email was sent out this afternoon or this morning. Okay. But where we are right now, right, I'm really not keen to short anymore. All right. I mean, it is very bearish, that's for sure. But there's really no point trying to chase the downtrend when we are close to the previous lows at around 190 or so. Okay, bear in mind that the weekly chart, this is a strong level of support. So I'm going to be very patient. All right, I want to see what happens if it bounces back to 19250. If not on the weekly chart, let me just zoom in a bit for you. Just did it this circle here. Okay, if not on the weekly chart, okay, this is a key level that I want to look out for. If that 19250 is broken above, right, I'm looking for a bigger retracement, maybe back to this 19500 level. So, okay, it's going to take some time. It might not happen this week, might not happen next week, it might take even 2 weeks. But these are the two levels I'm looking out for. 19250 for shorter term retracement. A bigger retracement is 195. Okay, but this is based on weekly chart, so you got to be patient. Okay, this is a swing trade type of setup. All right, so this is the pound Aussie for you. All right, but this is really, really nice trending to the downside. Let me see whether I can show you. Okay, now for those of you, right, now for those of you who always tend to miss out trends, the question you ask yourself is this. Now, this was a beautiful pullback. Okay, this level here, again, on hindsight, anybody can say that, all right? You can sit down where I'm sitting and say that this was a nice pullback and came down. But as a trader, you need to know, number one, what is the trend? So where did the change of trend came along? Okay, I'm talking on hindsight, yeah, I'm talking on hindsight, but I just want you to learn how to spot trends and trend change. So you can see that it was consolidating in this little wedge formation here, isn't it? Let me just delete some lines to make it clearer. Okay, so it was consolidating in some form of wedge formation. All right, and the key level support is around the 198 level, and it broke through. It broke through. So this was a very clear lower low. Okay, you see this low compared to this low. So this is a very, very clear lower low. Now it made a pullback in early March here. And I tell you, this was a really nice pullback for you to have taken a short. So bear this in mind, it's near the 196 level. Okay, and if you're looking at daily chart to plan, you would have told yourself that this is a very bearish trend today, and you want to short, and you're looking for resistance to short. So even if you miss this whole move, right? All right, this was a nice level to get in on near the 196. So let's go to a 1 hour chart and see where was the 196. Okay, it was here. It was here. So the question is, how do you use a lower time frame to enter on a longer, higher time frame trend? Okay, so we know that when you broke the key support here, so this whole level was determined as a downtrend based on daily chart already. Okay, what happens that it started to consolidate higher, and that's where the higher term time frame gives you a clear picture, because if you look at the 1 hour time frame, it's actually moving on uptrend. But if you are a swing trader like myself, then you say, okay, daily chart is still bearish, and I only want to short. So you're just waiting for the 1 hour to confirm your analysis. So if you look at the 1 hour chart, right, it formed some form of trendline support. Okay, but don't forget, in your mind is always bearish, because the daily chart is bearish. Okay, and you're just waiting for the 1 hour to confirm before you jump in the trade. All right, so the 1 hour is making its way up slowly, up. Now the first sign that the 1 hour wants to drop and continue the downtrend from the daily chart is when it broke this trend line here. Okay, so if some of you can short based on the break of this support, stop loss maybe above this swing high here. Let me just draw a line here. I'm going to a bit more details here, so that you guys can learn not just how to analyze, but how to place a trade and how to exit and manage your trade. Okay, so a break of this trend line might be a good place to enter. Your stop loss can only be above, I mean, it can just be above this previous swing here. Okay, or if you want to be a bit more conservative or so aggressive, you can just put it above this swing here. Okay, you see this line, this swing? Okay, so maybe you entered around here, around 194 or so when you break. Stop loss above here. This one gave you a scare, but it still did not hit your stop loss. It shouldn't hit your stop loss, because every time when you enter a trade, Okay, the stop loss should be on the previous low or previous high or the previous swing. The high or low of the previous swing. So this was level. So even though it came up here, it's a bit nervy, I agree, but it shouldn't hit your stop loss. And then from there, it started going down, 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 down. Okay, so this was a beautiful setup on a 1 hour chart. Bear in mind that at the back of your mind, you're always clear that the trend is down based on the daily chart. Okay, you get what I mean? If you think that there's too much noise the 1 hour, you can even enter your trade based on the 4 hour, but it's the same analysis. But it gives you less noise. So you see the 4 hour was trending upwards here. Okay, again the trend line was here. You see how nicely it broke? It came back, test again, and then down, 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 down. Alright, you see what I mean? So I'm just giving you a bit more details on how to enter the trade based on high term time frame analysis. Okay, so that's pound Aussie for you. Same thing for your pound CAD, and let me just have a look at Euro CAD for you. Let me see whether Euro CAD is just nice. Okay, Euro CAD is in a downtrend as well, but it's also testing a trendline support. Let me just adjust this bit. Okay, support levels at around the 14550 level. Alright, so downtrend, but it's at support. Daily is consolidating a bit already. Okay, so Euro CAD might not be a best choice right now. Let me have a look at pound CAD. You guys got any other currency pairs you want me to cover? But these are the nicer trending ones for the moment, yeah? So if we look at pound CAD, let me zoom out a bit. Okay, now pound CAD, this is the most obvious support level. Okay, around the 185, which we have not hit yet. Alright, so hopefully there's some legs to go. So my plan for you, pound CAD, is also to short. It's bearish. I'm key to see the levels where we are right now. Okay, first level I'm looking at is around the 192. Okay, let me zoom in a bit. Alright, you see this line here? This is a 192 area. Okay, the next level that I'm keen to look out for resistance is around the previous touch here. Around the 19050 level. Okay, so it's downtrend, definitely downtrend on the weekly chart. Let's look at the daily chart. Okay, so if you look at the daily chart of the pound CAD, okay, so this level, okay, the first level is somewhere here, 190.50. We have rejected one, so let's see whether we can reject it again. Okay, if not, I'm looking for a higher retracement level. So let's see. In fact, yesterday I took a short based on this candle here. Okay, I took a short, but I got stopped up break even. Okay, so let's see what happens. This 19, I would say anywhere between 1900 to 19050. I'm looking for a change of trend on lower term time frames and hoping to join the trend downwards. My first target will be the previous low at around the 187 or so. Okay, so that's the trade plan for pound CAD, but these are all, the momentum is still to the downside, so that's why I'm planning bearish trades. Alright? Now let's go to the majors. Okay, some of you just trade the majors. Let's go to the majors. Now Euro dollar has been quite mixed for quite some time, so I'm not really touching it. But if you look at the weekly chart of Euro dollar, right? One week it wants to go up, one week it wants to go down, so it's a bit of a tricky one. But the weekly chart is supported by this trend line here. Okay, I'm not a big fan of trading consolidation, especially when it's not clear. Okay, but I would say the key level to look out for Euro dollar is 108. If it breaks 108, very likely we'll go back to the 105, 106. But right now it's just consolidating. Alright, especially for a swing trader, nothing much to do. Alright, look at the daily chart. Okay, let me just zoom out a bit. On the daily chart, we are near a key level of resistance around the 1100 level. Okay, and there's not much trend to me. Okay, I don't really talk much Euro dollar because it's very, very mixed. Okay, I don't like to trade charts that are mixed. It's just not nice. The trends are not nice at all. Okay, let's take a look at dollar yen as well. Again, you guys got any currency pairs that you want to look out for this Charlotte, yeah? Okay, so if you look at the dollar yen weekly chart, okay, we are in a downtrend. If you look at how we created a lower low here, okay, and lower high compared to this high. So we are in a downtrend. Alright, key thing to take note is, let me zoom out a bit. Okay, can't see much. Okay, key thing to take note is whether we are going to continue the downtrend to the downside. It's been quite sideways for the past few weeks, for the past month actually. But it seems to me that the 114 level is quite key level. Okay, this 114 level. Let's take a look at the daily chart. Okay, so daily chart can see a bit more consolidation. So better to be patient on the dollar yen. If it breaks above 114, then you can target the 117 level. But if it breaks downwards, I'm not surprised if the downtrend on the weekly chart continues, and we might come back to 110. And then there'll definitely be talks about BOJ intervention again. Okay, but weekly is in a downtrend for the dollar yen. Okay, Aussie dollar, yes, Aussie dollar has been quite a star performer for the past few weeks, isn't it? So if you look at Aussie dollar, this is a weekly chart. You notice how the trend changed. It was a very nice downtrend. Okay, so you can see this whole area here was a nice downtrend. And then we enter a phase of consolidations here. So from downtrend to consolidation. Now right now, it seems that it has broke the key resistance at around 74. Alright, seems like a very nice breakout. And I'm just looking to test the next level of resistance at around 76. Okay, so the weekly chart seems to have broken out to the upside. Momentum on the MACD, no divergence. This is good this is good to me. If you go to the daily chart, you can see how bullish this is. Okay, it's just that if I'm bullish on Aussie dollar, but I would not be that keen to buy anywhere near the previous high. I was hoping that it can retrace at least back to the 73.50 area, somewhere here. Let me zoom out a bit. Okay, let me just delete some of the lines here. Okay, but you see all these touches here, 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 here. So I'm hoping that it can retrace maybe back to the 73.50 area, and then make another push higher, and then target maybe the 76 resistance area. Okay, but it definitely seems bullish on the Aussie dollar. Okay, look at the daily chart. It's making a series of higher highs and higher lows. Definitely bullish, but I'm not that keen to buy right now. I'd rather let it retrace a bit more. Okay, but Aussie dollar is always very correlated to China. It's quite interesting that even though the export numbers from China came out really, really bad today, the Aussie dollar still proved to be quite resilient. Okay, but key thing Thursday, I think it's Thursday, China CPI is coming out. So if you're trading Aussie dollar, please be very mindful of China news. All right, Mr. Ng? Okay, any other FX pairs that we're looking at? If not, move on to a bit more commodities. Okay, let's go on to, let me take another 10-second pause and move on to commodities right now. Oh, sorry, John. Aussie up may be due to commodity rush recently. Yep. Which is why I'm going to talk about oil and stuff. Okay, so let me move on to commodities. Okay, so let's start with Brent. Let me go to the main contract. Now, I'm quite surprised by the oil push up, yeah. I mean, fundamentally, nothing much has changed in terms of supply and demand. All right, what's I'm just talking fundamentals here, but what is supporting and causing the oil price to rally is because a lot of talks by OPEC members and oil producers that they might set a ceiling in terms of production. And in some numbers from the US shows that oil production has came down as well. But to me, fundamentally, it's I think the demand from China is still going to be slow. Supply side, we are already producing an all-time high, so any ceiling might not be that effective. Iran sanction is just lifted, so I'm sure they want to grab some more market share. So if anything, I think this oil rally is just a hiatus to the drop, and I think that we might continue a downtrend maybe this month or so. Okay, but that's my fundamental view. Okay, did I trade it to the downside? The answer is no. Okay, the reason why I'm sharing you my view is because I want to give you understanding the difference between your fundamental view and what's happening on the charts. All right, you got to understand that you are a trader. Okay, and as a trader, the charts are very important. Being a price action trader, I follow the price like a dog, meaning that, like a dog is in DOG, meaning that on the charts, if the price is moving up, I follow it to uptrend. If the price moving down, I follow it to downside. It does not matter what my bias fundamentally is. Okay, because fundamental bias can take months or even years to materialize. And what makes you so sure that you're right? I mean, who can guess what yellow might do in the next year? Or who can guess what the ECB might do? Or whether UK will exit from the EU? I mean, at the end of the day, it's just an educated guess. Okay, but as traders, we don't use guesses to place trade. We use technicals. We use charts. All right, so there's a clear distinction there. So I have a bias, but it does not mean that I'll trade my bias. Okay, of course, the best trades are whereby your bias and your technicals are telling the same story. Just like what happened during the yen pairs for the past 3 years or so, right? Remember when the BOJ just announced their the quantitative easing and interest rate cuts and things like that. That was 3-4 years ago. A lot of my clients, a lot of traders make money from just shorting the yen or buying the yen pairs. It was an easy trade because fundamentally they are doing the quantitative easing. Technically, a lot of the yen pairs are shooting up like dollar yen. So really, really good trade. Okay, really, really good trade. But for oil, for example, even though my buy is still bearish, the daily chart has changed itself to the upside. Okay, when it broke, I'm quite surprised it broke 36 actually. Okay, so it was consolidating for a bit. It was, let me just zoom out a bit. It's a daily chart. Okay, so I was planning to short back to the 3006. Okay, but this trend line, look at this daily chart. This trend line does not want to break. Okay, so I was lining up shorts at $36, but this trend line support was still holding. Okay, and I also wanted to short when we are close to the $38 level. There's no level of resistance. Okay, but the short-term chart did not come down, so it kept me out of trouble. So technicals are very important. Okay, so if not, my fundamental will make me lose money because I'm still I'm fundamentally bearish on oil, isn't it? So right now, the key thing to look out for is this. Daily is on the uptrend already. It has reversed to upside on daily. Okay, the weekly chart. Okay, the weekly chart, it seems that it's broken a new high as well. Okay, it broken the $38 level, a new high as well. So what I'm looking out for is this next level at around, I'll say around 43. Okay, around 43. This is where you see the previous touches here. So the next level at around 42, 43 or so, I'm very keen to see whether it can break above it. Alright, so go back to the daily chart. Alright, you can see that it's been very, very bullish, and the next level of resistance is only somewhere here, 43 or so. So I'm not surprised if we make a touch out there, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, but it seems to be quite bullish right now, and if you're a price action trader, you should stick to the price and start buying based on the trend perspective. Okay, so trading and investing is two different things. Okay, I'm not saying that you should just buy now and keep for 5 years. I still think there'll be a push down lower, but I'm just saying that on the daily chart, swing trade wise, it looks bullish. So we might make a push back down to $38 support. Oops, sorry. Okay, might make a push back down, and then maybe go to 43, and then from there see what happens. Maybe it'll fall from there. I don't know. Okay, but this is a possible trade plan. Alright, but it seems bullish. Srinivas, you say review zinc. Wow, I'm not sure they have a zinc chart here. Yeah, why not? Why not? If I have a chart, I'll be more than happy to review it. Okay, but I hope you guys are able understand what I'm trying to say when it comes to fundamental view and technical view. Okay, because I speak to so many traders, and sometimes they are so dead sure about their view that they're just trading towards their bias. Okay, but like I say, fundamentally is very different from trading. It's more like investing. It's the same thing like how a lot of traders think that the rally in the equities market has no legs to run for the past 2 to 3 years. Alright, I know some traders have been shorting the S&P since 2013, 2014, and still trying to short it. So when January came in, right, remember January there was a big drop in most of the indices, partly because of the China circuit breakers. A lot of these traders were very happy, but look what happened now. Everything just U-turned back up. Okay, so very dangerous to just trade on fundamentals. Unless you're an investor and you are holding cash equities, you're deep pockets, that's a different story altogether. Okay, but as a trader, charts, please make sure you're good at the charts. Alright, so that's all for you. Short term still looks quite bullish. Okay, the next level of resistance look out for is the $43 level. Alright, so this oil. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, you're correct, John. FA gives the info, TA gives the timing. Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's try zinc. I'm not looked at a zinc chart in my whole life. Let's see if I can find it. I don't even know we have zinc. Thanks for telling me, Srinivas. Okay, zinc. Why are you getting zinc? Interesting. Let me have a look. Is there something that I'm missing out on? Not very nice charts. Shucks. Zinc. I don't have very nice charts to analyze now. Yeah, I'm sorry, Srinivas. I mean, the chart, I don't really have enough history on this 4-week time to analyze zinc, but it is definitely an uptrend. Okay, higher, low. I think the next support level and look out for is 1780, and maybe you can target the previous resistance near 1850 to take profit. There's a bit of a trend line here. Okay, but this trend line should guide you, but looks like huge. Yeah, yep. Based on the limited charts I have, right, this 1850, it's very important. You're right. Okay, so short-term trade, good level to buy near the 1790. First target, definitely back to previous high. But be very mindful, you're right, 1850 is the key resistance. If it breaks this trend line, most probably it's coming down, maybe back to the 170 support. Okay, I'm sorry, there's not much chart I can work with here, but this is basic analysis I can do. Okay, but you got the gist of price action support resistance. So let's look at gold. Gold, very bullish as well. Interesting, isn't it? In terms of fundamental, gold is quite tricky because last year we are quite bearish because USD has been strong and USD is negatively correlated with gold. And whenever there's a panic, gold will shoot up. But this year, gold shoot up because there was a panic in January-February period. But in March, when the markets were relatively calmer, when the equities market was moving higher, gold still continued to push higher. Very interesting. Okay, but it is what it is. Fundamentally, technical wise, it is definitely bullish. So I believe my last webinar, right, we were at this green candle here. I'll say it's bullish. And I was saying I'm keen to look for it to retrace either back to the 1200 or 1180 level. Okay, it did exactly just that. Okay, although you need to be very fast to catch it. Look at these two candles here. It touched and shot up, and then push higher. Okay, so this is still an uptrend. All right, it did come down to as expected near the support at 1200 and then it shot up. We are still in an uptrend, so let's see what's going to happen next. Okay, resistance level now 1275. I wouldn't be buying anymore, even though it's an uptrend. All right, will I be shorting? No, because I'm not a counter trend trader. But 1275, 1280 seems to be quite a key resistance level right now. Okay, so I expect some form of reaction here. So go bullish, but I'll be on the sidelines. Okay, maybe I'll let it come down and make one more push up. All right, look at the support here to buy up again. And oops, sorry. Okay, and target maybe this is a short-term trade. Target the previous high. Okay, but this 1280 is a key resistance level. Yeah, so just be a bit mindful. All right, I anticipate some kind of reaction and maybe a bigger retracement back to maybe the 1240, 1250 level. Okay, and if you look at divergence, look at the MACD here. MACD says lower high, price action says higher high. Any of you can tell me what divergence is this? Exactly, thanks. Bearish divergence. Okay, so bearish divergence at key resistance level. I'm not surprised if it start coming back down for the week, maybe back to 1240, 1250 level. Yep, you're right, Srinivas. It is still forming, but the key thing, look at that. He has made a significant higher high, which means that if this divergence is going to be wrong, right? If this divergence is going to make a new high and become a convergence rather than divergence, price need to push even higher for this to make a higher high in the MACD. So if you're right, it's still forming, and I always say that it's good to wait for the swings first. But for this case, 1280 seems to be very strong resistance. Unless you tell me that it can make a push higher to 1380 and MACD make another push higher, then it's converging, then maybe. But this is just a heads up. So resistance plus bearish divergence, chances are it might start falling from here. So for those of you who are counter trend traders, you can look for a lower time frame change of trend, like on a 1 hour and 4 hour, and perhaps take it down back to the 1250 period. You get me, Srinivas? So this case is quite clear cut. So sometimes you don't even need to wait for it to form to tell that it's a very nice bearish divergence. It's quite clear cut. Okay. And look at how extended gold is. I mean, how many weeks of just pushing higher. So I'm not surprised if we make a down, a pull down, a pull back down back to 1240 level. All right, let's go for you. All right, any other last questions before I wrap up the session? Again, this session is recorded and I'll get them to upload it within the next 2 days so that you guys can have a look and review it. All right, any other last things you want me to cover before I wrap up? FTSE, let me see what I have FTSE here. I've not seen FTSE for long as well. Oh yeah. Okay, sorry, I missed your question, Mr. Tan. Let me talk about FTSE for just a quick one. Oh my goodness, don't hang on me right now. Hold on, yeah. There we go. FTSE. So this is, I never like to trade FTSE. I don't know. I mean, I look at the candles and the price action. Right? It's always very volatile. My favorite European indices to trade is the DAX. The DAX is always the nicer one. I mean, if you look at the candles of FTSE, it's just really hard to trade. All right, but if you look at the weekly chart, oh, ugly. Let me see. Yeah, still bearish. Hold on, yeah. Let me have a look. Resistance. Okay, so in terms of the FTSE, right? Okay, key level, same thing as most of the indices. Key resistance around the 6,200 level. We are somewhere there at the moment. So it's quite bullish on the daily chart, I'm sure, but the 6,002 is key to me, and we are testing this key resistance level. All right, so if it breaks above it, yep, might want to jump in alongside, but I think there'll be some reaction and maybe a push down back to 6,000. Okay, quite similar analysis to the other indices. All right, seniors. Mr. Tan, okay, how to use the scan using MT4? So MT4 is basically something I set up myself, and you can do the same. So what you do is that you go to, for example, Euro Aussie on the market watch. You right click, go to chart window. Okay, so you bring out chart. You can right click again, go to properties, and that's where you can change your backdrop color, your chart color, your candlestick colors, and things like that. And basically what I do is that you just position it here, and then you can go to another chart here, maybe Euro Pound, again go to chart window. And once you've done everything right, all you have to do is just go to window, tile windows, and everything will be tiled accordingly like that. Okay, so the profiles that I have is yen, crosses, indices, USD, and Swiss. So it depends on what you analyze as well. But for me, I just want to see what's the strongest and weakest. That's the key thing. So if I'm bearish on pound, I want to see which the nicest pound pair to short and things like that. Or if yen is bullish, I want to see which the nicest yen pair to buy or to sell. Sorry. Okay. All right. If not, thank you so much for attending this session of Market Talk. There's another session next week. I'm compensating because I went for reservist in February. So there's another session next Tuesday, but if not, this session is actually a fortnightly session. Okay, but I'm doing one next week. Next week I think is March the 15th. I think 15. Yep, 15. All right. So again, please sign up for next week if you're keen to analyze the market a bit more. Let's review what we spoken about today. If not, happy trading, and don't forget to plan to trade the plan. All right. Have a good night. Take care.